My content is for 13 and up, or don't collect another product. Hey everyone, if you are new here, subscribe to the channel, bell notifications on. Make sure to check out our store. It's an optional way to support the channel. We have the set by itself, we have a set and Gatling. Then after we have the set, the Ultimate Fusion DX and the free Gatling. So make sure to check it out. We have other deals and bundles. It's an optional way to support the channel. And finally, they have released the video on the Spriggan set. Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, like, let's talk about it. Release is November 12th, so mark it on your calendars if you have not already. So as far as the Valkyrie looks IRL, it does look, honestly, I would say better than the actual one. So it has something going for it at least. The side profile for Wing Dash, it seems like it'll just be kind of whatever, like for like 5G or something, disc fodder. It doesn't seem too crazy. If the stamina is good. Obviously, we're only going to find out once testings commence, but they show better look a little bit later in the video. Oh yes, also the thing to mention, they try to do this whole thing where they're like, hey, look, hey, do you remember the original Valkyrie Wing XL? Well, we're doing that. Yeah, you know, this would be kind of, I mean, honestly, we've gotten so many XL Dash and Fusion Dash, it's a little bit insane. Yeah, anyways, they show Wing Dash a little bit better. I mean, the shape is kind of roundish. I think it'll just be all right. I'm not thinking too crazy, but it'll probably be better than like the low tier DB discs. I think that's probably like the fairest to say, most likely, depending on the weight and all that stuff and stamina. But hoping for the best for Wing Dash, I guess. Yeah, so then after you get a better look at the Spriggan, and it looks beefy. I also forgot the middle thing. They had the always transparent on the dual layers in the original stuff. Kind of prefer the Hasbro thing where they paint the letters to where you could see it, but yeah, it looks nice. I think it looks nice. I do agree, a little bit too much gold on the right side though, for sure. Obviously, the reference again, Spread Dash, Fusion Dash, they're trying to go for the little goofy, like, hey, do you remember the original Spriggan combination? Yeah, TT, we remember. Yeah, definitely got to change that driver. I'm going with Quattro Dash. I mean, we did the poll. I think it was Quattro Dash, and I think it was. I think for Valkyrie we got Ultimate Reboot probably for the thing. If I ever do more battles with it or something, drivers are changeable, but yeah, it's the one thing for this set that's very valid to talk about. For like, I'm not a fan of that. Side profile again. For the blade, it's very beefy. The disc is looking thin, but I don't know how heavy it is, because this has happened before with Illegal and Fortress, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. I don't know. If it's heavy, it's heavy. Hopefully it is, because it's got the shape, but I don't know. They show a better look at actually the rubber, and again, I do think that maybe it might be, I would say maybe even more than just better than Astral, which is basically just the set expectations. It's already got, like, the shape, I would say, just to be better than Astral. They show off 8. Now, 8, I believe it was it. They showed, like, the axe from Legend Spriggan in the reference to the thing. Similar to, what was it, whatever the Achilles armor was, 4. I thought it would be crazy, then after stand testing wasn't that crazy, so, again, I don't know. If it's heavy and has good stamina, cool. What's more interesting is that they hollowed that part of the armor. Now, usually when they do that, it's to balance out the armor, or not to put weight there for whatever reason. So now I'm curious if the stamina there is going to be crazy. Maybe they had to, like, hollow it or something. Very, very curious on that armor. Or if it was just like, you know, we got to cut on some things. The teeth on it seem to maybe be like the Achilles teeth, which is just, like, decent for locks, so I don't think we're cursed on this one, thankfully. Didn't seem too bad. I mean, that's the best look I could get of the teeth, so we're going with that for the video. Then after, from that point, they do mention the actual burst lock. So the burst lock is on the blade. If you remember from Lord Spriggan, it's what made Lord so crazy too, just that extra burst resistance. So now what I'm wondering is if the blade is good, how good is that going to be for the resistance? Now, I don't think even if this thing is like really hard to burst, will it be that crazy. I still think attack can probably KO it, because I know people get worried about stamina but never realize that attack works, so I do think even if it is, attack should probably just like pocket it out pretty easily. But I don't know, it's an interesting thing, I guess. The next part is actually in the design of the chips. If you've noticed, the Spriggan has a 2 and a 0, and the Valkyrie a 1 and a 5. This is in reference to the 2015 launch of Beyblade Burst. I absolutely love that they included that in the design. Even though I'm not too crazy on kind of like the set itself, I do like a lot of the themes and the stuff going for it. It is a very nostalgia-heavy set, and hopefully overall the value is good there, but I do love that reference. I remember originally seeing the reveal of Burst and getting so excited for the new generation, going to Japan for the original launch of the stuff and covering it. It's really been a wonderful journey for Beyblade Burst just to go up into this point. Regardless of Hasbro TT, it's still been a blast just for this gen. It really does feel like it's ending every single time, and it is. So some tears will be shed after I record this. The VS gear, so the metal parts there, and the red parts like free spin or whatever, and only works on what is Adventure and Adventure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the red part's supposed to move. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, like, I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, Venture plus V and Adventure plus V did have some good stamina. I'm just probably expecting more or less the same. I know they try to say defense or whatever it is. It should be fine, and probably even better for the intended stadium, the DB stadium. But if you're thinking, oh, for my perfect Divine, now it's going to be able to beat the other stock stuff, no, not even with all the gears will Divine do that. It had to have like a rubber attack thing, not plastic attack for that to work. So, I mean, it looks cool, right? Because it's got the combination of the protagonist and Shu Kurenai. So I guess Shu Kurenai was a protagonist all along, because they just threw him in there at the end. It's cool, I guess. Yeah, very, very beefy. I am actually hoping this tip does have some use. I don't know why, but I feel like maybe it might do better than the plus V. I don't know. I don't know if it just scrapes more, if it maybe has high stamina or something. It'll probably just be decent. Bare minimum it has to be, since plus V was. Then after they do a battle with Spriggan. Alright, now obviously these are advertisement battles. So they're battling each other, so this time they can't trick us. I cannot wait to change the drivers. In the battle, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be changing the drivers a lot in the battle if I ever do it. Valkyrie KOs it, and what I noticed with that is that I think there is some recoil on Burst. Hate the name of that, by the way. Hate it so much. Now, what I'm wondering with this is now, actually, with recoil, I'm wondering against attack, is it just going to be even easier just to, like, pocket it down? And then after, for the other side, it just equalizes. And obviously, I think, like, the left side, that's the left side, the one that looks like Legend, and the right side is the one that looks like Requiem. By the way, the left side looks way better than the right side visually. I prefer more red than gold. I feel gold for Burst has been such a negative, but that's besides the point. I do think there's a little bit of recoil. I think at bare minimum, it should be, I think maybe a little bit better than Astral. It looks beefy enough. If it's heavy enough and has good enough stamina, then you could see this maybe equalizing with Wind, Vanish, and doing well. And if the same spin's good, that's what's going to be really interesting. It could be potentially, like, maybe a really solid release. It depends. And obviously at the end, they showed beating Chain because they had to make it beat something, so there you go. Either way, final thoughts. Alrighty, final thoughts to wrap up. Drivers, hell no. Hell no. Disc, swing dash, not expecting too much. Spread dash, probably good as a third disc at bare minimum. 8, maybe could be good for stamina. Only really testing. I mean, in general, only testings we'll find out. But these are just whatever. These I don't like to do these at the end, but it's just for like trying to, I guess. The Spriggan core will probably be fine. Really just depends on the stamina. Achilles core is actually very good for left stamina, I would say. Very consistent for that. Hopefully the Spriggan core works out. Anything else? Oh, the burst thing. Burst blade. Yeah. Pretty excited for it. I wonder how good it's going to be. Obviously, you know, equalization is equalization, but if same spins is also good, then it might be a little bit scary, actually, because same and opposite. But I'm wondering, because of the recoil, if maybe it won't be too crazy. But I don't know. I can't wait to basically do 30-minute testings where I have to now figure out, is the opposite spin good, is the same spin good? Because you have to do it twice. You got to do it right against left and right against right, then left against left against right. So, yeah. I don't know when I'll do the testings. Whenever I do the review, probably like 2 days after or something, because it takes time to record and edit. So that's going to be it for now. You rate the set. You're still waiting to see other stuff before you make your decision. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And check out our store. It's an optional way to support the channel. We don't also have pre-orders for that. We have other stuff, and I appreciate the support regardless. And thank you so much for people who have given tips or any actual support. I do appreciate it a lot. And if you can't do the store, that's okay. You know, just comment and tell me your thoughts. I'll take it either way. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If I missed anything, I'll either cut it from the video or I will do a pinned comment updated. Bye.